What's up, YouTube? Welcome to California Beer Reviews. Today we're going to be looking at Hollandia. I picked this up at my local Food for Less. I think it was $3.99 for a 4-pack or $2.99, something like that. It was really cheap. But without any further ado, let's just get cracking and pouring. Okay, got my glass, like I always do. And let's get on with the pour. See, it's kind of has a crystal clear affair going on here. Very light yellow color, you can see, but it's really kind of like reminds me of champagne or something like that. You got a really small, kind of transparent head going on there. Kind of reminds me of an adjunct lager. So let's get on with the smell. I am smelling some maltiness. Smelling some malt. Smelling grain, that's for sure. Maybe a tiny bit of citrusy hop. So let's get on with the taste. It tastes kind of malty, sort of tastes like a Pilsner, but it definitely tastes to me watered down. Very light and watery mouthfeel. I think I'm getting some grain. Might be wrong, but kind of tastes like corn. A little bit of citrusy hop. It's very light beer. It's clean and crisp, but there's not much going on with this beer. It kind of reminds me of a light beer. If you compare this to, I'd say, American Light lagers, excuse me, like Coors Light and Miller Light, this would be somewhat in the same category. I would say this has more flavor than those beers, but it's still extremely light beer. I was actually kind of puzzled when I first had my first few of these, because I actually had a couple before I did this review, and I was kind of anticipating a Pilsner, something along the lines of Beck's or Heineken or something like that, but this beer doesn't taste anything like those beers. It's kind of in its own field. Maybe it's the adjunct lager of Holland. I don't know, but there's another look at that can if you guys want to take a look at it. See the can. Nothing too special going on. The can kind of reminds me of Heineken in the way how they have the logo in the front. So yeah, very lackluster, and it was actually kind of, it's not a bad beer by any ways, but it was kind of disappointing for me seeing this beer and thinking Pilsner and thinking Heineken and just being let down. But it's not a bad beer by any means, though. And given all that into consideration, let's get on with the rating, and I would have to say I would have to give this a C. It's not a bad beer, but it's not a really good beer, and I would have probably gave it a little higher of a rating, but because I felt like I was deceived, it's getting a C. I recommend you guys, if you see it, pick it up. It's really cheap. It's very comparable to a lot of the American lagers that you see on the market. And I say this is a good choice when you're comparing it to those type of beers like Bud Light, Coors Light, and things like that. Maybe even Miller High Life, I don't know, but or Budweiser, whatever you're into. But I would say give it a try. It's worth it for the money. It's not a bad beer, like I said before, but it's not an excellent one either. So one last look. But yeah, YouTube, until next time, thanks for watching.